The 2024 US presidential election sees a rematch of epic proportions. Donald Trump, the 45th president, is challenging the incumbent Kamala Harris. This election is a significant moment in American history. It pits two contrasting figures against each other, each representing different visions for the country's future. Donald Trump is a well-known figure in American politics. He's a businessman who entered the political scene in 2016. His presidency was marked by controversy and a focus on nationalist policies. Kamala Harris made history in 2020. She became the first female vice president of the United States. Now she seeks to solidify her place in history as the first elected female president. The 2024 election is generating immense interest. Voters are eagerly watching the campaigns unfold. The outcome will have significant implications for the United States and its role on the world stage. This election is about more than just two individuals. It is about the direction of the nation. The American people face a choice. They must decide which candidate's vision aligns more closely with their own. This essay will delve into the key issues of the 2024 election. It will examine the campaigns of Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. It will also compare and contrast their positions on critical policy areas. Donald Trump's campaign for the 2024 election centers on a familiar theme: Make America Great Again, Again. This slogan, a carryover from his successful 2016 bid, taps into a sentiment of nostalgia. It speaks to voters who believe America has lost its way. Trump promises to restore the country to a perceived former glory. His campaign focuses on several key issues. The economy is a central theme. Trump claims his policies, particularly tax cuts, led to unprecedented economic growth before the COVID-19 pandemic. He promises to replicate this success. He vows to create jobs, boost American businesses, and renegotiate trade deals to favor American interests. Immigration is another cornerstone of Trump's campaign. He takes a hardline stance. He advocates for stricter border control measures. He promises to limit legal immigration and build a wall along the US-Mexico border. Trump also focuses on what he calls America First foreign policy. He criticizes international agreements. He argues they disadvantage the United States. He emphasizes strengthening the military and projecting American power abroad. Trump's campaign appeals to a base concerned about national security, economic anxiety, and cultural change. He presents himself as a strong leader. He claims he is the only one who can protect America from internal and external threats. Kamala Harris's 2024 campaign presents a stark contrast to Donald Trump's. While Trump focuses on the past, Harris looks towards the future. Her campaign slogan, "Forward Together," encapsulates her vision. She emphasizes unity, equality, and progress. She calls for Americans to embrace their shared values and work together to overcome challenges. Harris's campaign centers on a number of key policy areas. Healthcare is a top priority. She champions affordable and accessible healthcare for all Americans. She supports strengthening the Affordable Care Act. She also advocates for exploring options for universal healthcare coverage. Climate change is another central issue in Harris's campaign. She acknowledges the urgency of the climate crisis. She pledges to invest in renewable energy sources and reduce carbon emissions. She aims to rejoin international agreements like the Paris Climate Accord. Social justice is a defining aspect of Harris's candidacy. She speaks out against systemic racism. She calls for police reform and criminal justice reform. She champions LGBTQ+ rights and women's rights. Harris's campaign appeals to a diverse coalition of voters. This includes young people, minorities, and women. She presents herself as a compassionate leader. She is committed to social justice and addressing the needs of all Americans. Section 4: Clashing Visions, Economy, Healthcare, and Social Justice on the ballot. The 2024 election presents a clear choice between two contrasting visions for America. This is evident in the candidates' stances on key issues like the economy, healthcare, and social justice. On the economy, Trump prioritizes deregulation and tax cuts. He believes these policies stimulate economic growth. He favors traditional industries like manufacturing and energy production. Harris, on the other hand, supports government investment in infrastructure, education, and clean energy. She believes these investments create jobs and foster sustainable economic growth. Healthcare is another area of stark contrast. Trump seeks to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. He supports market-based healthcare solutions. Harris defends the Affordable Care Act and strives to expand its coverage. She views healthcare as a right, not a privilege. On social justice, Trump downplays the issue of systemic racism. He focuses on law and order. He opposes movements like Black Lives Matter. Harris, in contrast, acknowledges the existence of systemic racism. She promises to address racial disparities in criminal justice, healthcare, and education. She supports criminal justice reform and police reform. These stark differences highlight the significance of the 2024 election. The outcome will have far-reaching consequences for American society and the direction of the country. Section 5. A nation at a crossroads, the implications of the 2024 election. The 2024 US presidential election is more than just a contest between two individuals. It represents a pivotal moment for America. The nation stands at a crossroads. The choice between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris is a choice between two fundamentally different visions for the future. Trump's vision is rooted in nationalism, populism, and a yearning for a perceived past greatness. He promises to restore American strength and prioritize American interests above all else. Harris's vision is one of unity, progress, and inclusivity. She calls for Americans to embrace their shared values and work together to build a more just and equitable society. The outcome of this election will have profound implications for America's role in the world, its economy, and its social fabric. The stakes are high, and the world is watching closely as the American people prepare to make their choice.